stopped by many times.
Yeah.
And, you know, he started in the movie business in 1985. He was asked to play himself in the movie Marie, which is based on the life of a whistleblower who he actually defended in real life. And Chris Christie, the governor of my home state right now, of New Jersey, you actually knew Fred well.
Yeah, a great guy in every way. Wonderful person, great actor, but also a really great leader. So it's a shame for he and his family and for our country.
And he did run for president himself, like you are. And now, as we switch gears now, there was a meeting on Sunday. The RNC was not invited, and but the representatives for all the candidates were, and most did send it. You send a surrogate. Evidently, there's this deal in place now that you guys all agreed on. That's going to get a bathroom closed, the temperature set, opening statements got to be a certain length.
Some saying this is a complaint zone. Are you declaring a no wine zone when it comes to the next debate?
Listen, I've said, first of all, there's no deal in place among all the candidates. So that's erroneous reporting. But secondly, you know, stop complaining. You know, do me a favor, set up a stage, put podiums up there, and let's just go.
But you did say the moderators were awful.
Yeah, but so what?
Okay.
So that's just a statement of fact. They were not good. All right. Did it really affect the debate all that much?
Yes,
I mean,
because you guys are allowed to interrupt each other, and people like you were able to assert your best lines. You were not called on your best lines.
Did you watch the first two?
Yes.
People were interrupting each other in the first two also. Now, these folks had less control over it, but my point is, why are we spending time arguing and bickering about this? I'd rather spend my time going out there talking to voters and talking about issues that really matter to the country. And if you think that anybody who's watching those debates really, really cares about the future of the country, is worried about, you know, whether the bathroom is close, come on.
Right. Well, somebody told some reporter that, and that's why it's on a list that's floating around the internet right now.
You know, listen, if you can't, you know, exert bladder control for 2 hours, maybe you shouldn't be president of the United States.
I thought I heard that the debate was supposed to be 3 hours. According to John Harwood, though, it was only supposed to be 2 hours.
And we did one that was 3 hours, and the bathroom situation at the Reagan Library worked out just fine for everybody, as far as I could tell.
But I would try to keep it at a decent temperature. It was 100 degrees in there for you guys, and people were commenting the next day, wow, look how sweaty Rubio was.
Brian, let me just tell you something, okay? I didn't sweat at all in that debate.
In Reagan.
So Reagan. So I don't know. I saw Walker sweating, and I saw Rubio sweating like crazy. But I didn't sweat. And if I'm not sweating, how hot was it?
So, Governor,
seriously, come on.
Fine.
So, Governor, if you're saying that the Republicans should stop complaining, are you saying that the Republicans should go ahead and do the NBC debate?
No, I'm not saying that at all. I'm saying let other people handle this. I'm a candidate for president of the United States. I expressed my opinion, as Brian said, very clearly after the debate about the fact that I thought the moderators, Harwood was biased. I thought they didn't exert control over the stage. They didn't enforce the rules. Those are all things but for us to be sitting around and wasting our time, in my opinion, bickering about rules of debates, we're going to go around the RNC and all the rest of this. Let's just show up and do what we need to do.
Speaking of
now, about
justice.
fantasy football.
What about the criminal justice right now?
Now, that's an issue.
An issue you care about in your state. You actually posted something on Instagram aimed at the president, who is set to come today to visit New Jersey, your home state, about reintegrating prisoners.
Here it is right here. This is on
your
Instagram. You guys just put it up about an hour ago. Points out that while the president is showing up, governor, in your state, touting what he's going to do, you've been doing stuff regarding this for a while.
Yeah, and the fact is, you know, it's great for the president to come and take credit for something he has nothing to do with. You know, crime is down since I've been governor 20% in New Jersey, and prison population is down 10% in New Jersey. We have drug court throughout the state. We have been working on all these reentry issues that help to get people to become more productive citizens, and at the same time, you see in Camden, which was, when I became governor, the most dangerous city in America, we fired the entire police force with their bloated union contract, hired a new police force, and since we did that, murder rate is down 58% in Camden.
So why is the president coming, and do you believe it's just politically expedient?
Well, he just wants to take credit for someplace that's actually working. And, by the way, that's happened in a state where what they know is the governor stands behind law enforcement. Unlike this president, who does not support law enforcement, and who his own FBI director is now saying a chill wind is blowing through law enforcement because of the rhetoric of this president and his friends.
Governor, I have to ask you, too, is there a worry for you as a law and order guy by trade that we're going to be letting 6,000, if no more, out of prison, that this is not going to be done in an orderly fashion, that the wrong people are going to get out, and there's not going to be that transition money or situations in place where you're out in the public and now go get a job with this on your record?
Yeah, listen, it is a concern because we have a pardon process that works for governors at the state level and should work for the president. He should not be allowing 6,000 people out in one fell swoop. They should be reviewed because each situation is different and someone may not be appropriate for release. And yet he's going past the normal pardon process and just letting these folks out. It is a concern. I've pardoned people in New Jersey. You go through a specific process so you get to know the person. We interview the person.
So if the President of the United States is showing up in New Jersey this week to take a bow for things that you did, what's your message to him? Stay home?
I don't listen. He's the President of the United States and go wherever he wants. But what I want the public to know is the truth of what's going on, which is he has not done anything on criminal justice reform in 7 years as president. I've been governor for 6 years. We have done significant things on criminal justice reform. We're showing results. And we'll do the same thing if I become President of the United States, and we'll be able to do it in a way where we support law enforcement. It is disgraceful, and the President has lost his moral authority.
What do you think about this? Regarding police, Quentin Tarantino last week came out and called cops murderers. And now it sounds like he's going to apologize, but there have been boycotts called by all sorts of professional police organizations to say, don't go to his movies, don't help him on security, just don't budge. This guy's
if he's going to apologize, it's too late. It's just too late because he has a history of this stuff. So the fact is we should be standing behind the people who protect us every day. Now, listen, if there's a bad cop who does something wrong, they deserve to be prosecuted. And I prosecuted bad police officers when I was U.S. attorney. But the overwhelming majority of our police officers are really good folks who deserve to be supported. And they're not being supported, and it starts at the top with this president.
The Ferguson effect. Comey says it's happening. The president says it doesn't. Who's right?
Comey's right. Comey's right because, by the way, Comey's actually been in law enforcement. The president's never done a thing in law enforcement in his career. He has no idea. I was Jim Comey's colleague when he was U.S. attorney here in Manhattan. He was my boss when he was deputy attorney general.
He didn't back down from Bush. He's not going to back down from Obama.
Not from this guy, no. Now,